want to thank you for joining us here on Polk Place. I'm Brian Lacey. First timer on the show from the Polk Education Foundation. Now, you, just like me, asking what the Polk Education Foundation is? It's simple. We got to talk to Tracy Porter, and that's Tracy, the Executive Director of the Polk Education Foundation. Welcome to the show.
Thank you. Thank you for having me here. I appreciate it.
So talk to me a little bit about being the Executive Director of the Polk Education Foundation. Talk to me a little bit about career path. What got you to this position?
Well, I have been a fundraiser my entire career, about 30 years, and I started in the arts and then went into education, had some time in healthcare, and now couldn't be more thrilled to be back with Polk County Public Schools, the nonprofit arm, and helping 120,000 students to succeed.
Talk to me a little bit about the origins of the Polk Education Foundation. How did it start, and why is there a need for it?
As I understand it, the foundation started because of scholarships in 1988, and it has grown to have many more programs, which includes a free teacher market. So I'm sure everybody knows that teachers go into their own wallets to get classroom supplies for their students, and that's just unacceptable. So we have a free teacher market on our Bartow Middle School campus, and I have bigger dreams for that because that's in a portable, and other cities have stores with carts, and they're incredible. We also have classroom grants, which allow teachers to be creative and help elevate the educational experience so students achieve more in the classroom. We also have a tutoring program, AmeriCorps Polk Reads, which tutors kindergarten through third grade children to get or exceed their grade reading level. We also have a mentoring program for students that have need, that mentors come and meet with them and talk to them about life and college and career, and just try to guide them on a path to succeed after graduation. And all of those students that are in that Take Stock program do receive a scholarship. And my heart is with however we can get students to cross the finish line and walk across the stage with a cap mortarboard, then I want to be a part of helping.
Tracy, talk to me a little bit about it takes the generosity of both individuals and community partners. I know you can't mention them all by name, but you have people that are behind you that no matter what happens, you can go to them and say, hey, listen, we need help with this. Talk to me a little bit about those community partners within Polk County.
The community partners that we have are the community partners that you see with most of our nonprofits. Mid-Florida Credit Union has been supportive. They actually started with our teachers, and that's how they've grown. I guess I understand they started out of a filing cabinet, and now you see them everywhere, and they're extremely supportive of us. Public Supermarkets Charities is wonderful and generous, as well as ACT Environmental and Infrastructure has been great with us, helping to try to start a mobile science laboratory where all of our schools, I'm sure everybody knows that we have our schools that are so poured into by their communities, and then other communities don't have the same resources. So we're looking to create a mobile science laboratory where we can take it to different schools and have a science teacher teach hands-on learning. So there's just countless individuals and companies and businesses and organizations, the Kiwanis, the Rotary, we have the Cricket Club in Bartow. It's endless, really, the support we receive.
We know that fundraising is the life's blood to what you do. What are some of the events that folks could look out for that they could become a part of and help out within the community?
We have several events throughout the year. We have a soiree for students, which is a cocktail attire event coming up on August 21st. And then on November 7th is the Inspire Awards, which is the Academy Awards for our Teachers of the Year and School-Related Employees of the Year.
Yeah.
We have almost 1,000 people that go to the RP Funding Center, every teacher, every school-related employee from every school in Polk County, and it was so, that was one of my, I think that was my first event last year, and it was just so inspirational and moved my soul, because God bless the teachers. I can't do what they do, and they do such a phenomenal job and have such a huge heart in doing what they do. And we also have a golf tournament for the Take Stock program, and we also have a clays for classrooms, the Susan Copeland Memorial Clays for Classrooms, that CPS Investments, they're huge supporters of ours, and Pete Galacco is so generous and wonderful, and his team, in donating their resources and their time to us.
So those are just some of the events. Say
Yes.
somebody wants to maybe do something smaller, not quite to that scale, but donate to you and to the cause. How would they go about contacting you? How would they go about saying, hey, how do we partner with this? How can I become a part of this?
Well, I'm a person who appreciates every single dollar that's donated, and collectively it truly, madly, deeply makes a difference. So there is no gift that is too small, in my opinion, and so they can visit our website. Also, we welcome a phone call, and we can talk about what are their passions, how do they want to assist, do they want to help the free teacher market, would they like to help with a classroom grant, would they like to support scholarships. The need is really endless. We have about 5,000 homeless students in Polk County Public Schools, and the foundation does what we can to help their program. We also have a program called Tassel, which started out of the filing cabinet of a social worker, and then it became 2 filing cabinets, and then she found out it was the employees are just amazing in what they do. So then she found out her fellow social workers were also had their cabinets, and fast forward 9 years later, and there's a warehouse that has all of these clothes of all sizes, shoes of all sizes, food, school supplies, hygiene products, household products. So when families have a bit of a hiccup and the social worker finds out about it, they can make a custom order and bring items to families to help lift them up in times of need. There's just endless examples of things that employees in the community do to help our teachers and our students and our employees.
One of the words that you said, passion, and I can hear it in your voice when you talk about certain things, when you talk about the teachers and their love for the job, for the students, and paying out of their own pocket, everything. Talk to me, you're still new on the job, but you've seen success stories from the generosity of the community. Tell me about a success story that warms your heart.
Oh my goodness gracious, I'm so glad that you asked that, Brian. So I did want to look in the eyes of the teachers and thank them for what they do. So I volunteered. I worked the free teacher market, and as much as I felt like I was grateful and appreciative to them for what they do, they were so thankful for what the foundation does. And I have a heart, as I said, for the schools that aren't necessarily poured into. And so the schools that came to my mind when I was first on the job was Lake Wales, because Lake Wales has an incredible charter system that the community embraces, and they're absolutely phenomenal. But we do have 3 public schools in Lake Wales: Spook Hill, Roosevelt, and McLaughlin. So I wanted to find out how could I assist those schools. So when I was at the free teacher market, a teacher walked up and she had Spook Hill Elementary on her shirt. And I was like, oh, I said, I think you're just the type of person I want to help. And she says, oh, you already have. And that she had received a grant from Duke Energy, and she was a 5th grade science teacher. And so she transformed her classroom from your traditional chairs, and there's no more chalkboards in the classroom.
Yeah.
I found out recently. big computer screens.
Yeah.
Neither here nor there. So she made stations all around the classroom for weather and anatomy and botany and just different things. I am not smarter than a 5th grader, so I won't. But she had the students make, she had a torso, and there were little organs in the torso, and so she had them make the organs out of Play-Doh, and then they had to look up on an iPad what the organ did and what it was. And so her scores went from amongst the lowest in the district, and now I think she's 2nd highest in the district. So that was just such an incredible start to my journey at Polk Education Foundation and with Polk County Public Schools, because that is the beauty that philanthropy can do to supplement the operating budget that we have and allow teachers to really tap into their creativity and having children really engage and be active learners and succeed.
So, I mean, I love the passion. We got about 30 seconds. What I want you to do is recruit for the cause. Let folks know, inspire them to join in on the same journey that you're going on and investing in these children's futures.
Well, I have a motto that there are limitless possibilities to support students so that they can have infinite opportunities. Every day I learn of a different need, and even when I started, I thought I had worked for Polk State College for almost 15 years and had been raising money for scholarships. And so when I started, my passion was, how do we get students to the finish line, and investing in the classroom grants and the different things that do get them to the finish line. But then I read scholarship essays, and oh my goodness gracious, the stories just tear your heart. And however, wherever a person's passion is for helping a student, let's get together and figure out how to make that happen, because there's just boundless potential, and we need as many people as we can to be involved to help our 120,000 students.
Well, Tracy, I want to thank you for coming in. And anytime that you have an event that you'd like to promote and come in and talk about, please come back and see me, would you?
Absolutely, and I'd love to next year, or I guess in the end of this year, bring our Teacher of the Year and School-Related Employee of the Year after our Inspire Awards, so they can inspire everyone.
Would love to see you. Come back, all right?
Thank you.
All right. The Polk Education Foundation was created in 1988 as a 501c3 direct support organization for the Polk County School Board. The foundation serves as the fiscal agent and manager of many educational programs for Polk County Public Schools. They serve to enhance educational programs for students with private and corporate funds, led by a volunteer board of directors made up of community, educational, and business leaders. The foundation has raised and spent over $43 million. Now, if you need more information, go to polkeducationfoundation.org. If you enjoyed that episode of Polk Place, I invite you to like, share, and subscribe to the channel, and even check out the next one.